Yep. Cold days in the studio.
All right, what up? We back. Back at it again.
We back.
With another episode. What's this, number 13?
I don't know. We done fucked up so many of these damn episodes. I don't know.
So it's really like 20?
If it's like 13 for y'all, it's like, what?
20?
20 for us? Because we be doing, good Lord. We be doing way too much in here.
Yeah, it's number 13.
Letting y'all know we got the fireplace in the studio.
Yes, sir.
We bringing content all through these cold winter months. So don't think we gonna stop. Don't think we doing
Yeah.
We going hard. We continuing to go hard.
Yep.
We got that AC for the summer. We got the fireplace for the winter. So we committed, y'all.
Yeah, for
real. We committed.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like, we had talked about this for so long, had meetings and everything.
Man, we had meetings. There's a lot of y'all that was in the meetings that ain't here. Hey,
it is what it is.
We showing y'all who really dedicated to do this, because, man.
Yeah, but we here now, so, and we got like a plan of what we doing now, so that's what it is for now. We just getting this other shit together. Like, man, we just been busy, man. I know he be busy.
Hell.
But, man, I be so busy. Like, when I get off of work, I literally cannot go home and just chill the rest of the day because I always got something to do. And, man, this shit getting old.
Nah, I'm on the computer nonstop.
For real.
He on the computer nonstop.
Man.
I'm learning these different programs and shit that we use, and this is a lot of work. For real. Anybody that's really taking their time to put out a real podcast, and I'm not saying motherfuckers who just set up a camera and stuff. We got a lot of money and a lot of time.
Granted, that still is, you still doing what you're doing, but
you still doing what you're doing. But I'm talking about the cast that's really putting in time, effort, money. It's a lot of people doing podcasts that ain't got nothing else to do. We working every day, 10, 12 hours every day, taking care of these kids.
Man. Yeah, but but we figuring it out. We're just kind of going one day at a time, and then just making sure we communicate. That's like the biggest thing. And if you any type of content creator, you do anything with anybody, I know you know how it is, because, man, it's just like
getting schedules to match up. Like, it's stuff like we got 2, maybe 3, at the most 4 people that we got to communicate with for an episode. Man, seeing cats like all of the team from All Def Digital. If y'all ain't watching All Def Digital on YouTube, you got to watch them. They put out so much content.
You see, he just released the app.
It's like
on stage.
That's dope.
Yeah, he posted it on Twitter. He was on Apple TV. He legit got the actual app. Like,
dude, they got a web of like 12 original people, and then that spreads to like another 15, 20 extra people that they're liable to pull from at any time. So for us to get 4 people together is difficult. So
and then the best part about that, man, that's their job. That's
where we trying to get y'all.
That is their job.
We trying to get to the point where we doing this for a living.
I cannot wait to walk into, when we get to that point, whatever job I got at the time, be like, look, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. I'm out of here. And then I can just create content with my friends and my family, and that's legit my actual job. Like, I cannot wait. And the thing is, I know it's coming, man. I know it's coming. We just need the people. We need the ideas.
I mean, it all comes down to the work. I mean, any artist that you look at that's doing it big right now, whether they be a content creator, whether they be a musical artist, whether they literally doing like art, like painting and shit like that. There was a point in their life where they had to do so much work as far as still making sure their bills was paid and still getting the content out. So I wouldn't say all of it comes down to talent.
Yeah.
I say a lot of it comes down to the work that you put in, because I personally know a lot of talented artists.
Exactly.
But I don't see them putting in the work.
No.
And I feel like you can have all the talent in the world. Jay-Z could say you one of the coldest rappers in the world. Dr. Dre could say you one of the coldest rappers in the world. But if you're not willing to miss some sleep, miss some parties, miss some fun activities to further your career, it just ain't gonna come together for you.
Yeah. And to me, like, that's starting to be the best part, because, like, we talk a lot about what we want to do, and then as far as trying to execute it, that's just the best part, because now I get why people be like, they feel some type of way about the stuff that they put out because of all the work you put into. I know it sounds simple and it's cliche, but man, we put a lot of work into this.
Oh yeah. Somebody,
a lot of work
man, I'm telling you, somebody hit me with a negative comment. I be feeling bad, because I'm like, man, y'all don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
don't get it.
Y'all sitting at home watching and stuff, and don't get it twisted. I appreciate everybody who watching and listen to us. Sure. I feel like one of the biggest things coming up as us doing it is people recognizing us.
Mm-hmm. For real.
You know what I mean? Because the numbers that we see aren't where we want them to be.
Yeah, for real.
We working up. Well, our numbers are growing, and I thank all y'all for that. But at the same time, the numbers that we see, it ain't where we want to be. Because like we said, we trying to do this for a living. So when you out in public and somebody recognize you from what you doing, it just give you that much more of a bigger push to keep going. Yeah.
And then the fact that you start seeing, like, it's to the point now when you go on the page and I'm trying to find an episode, like, I gotta scroll now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it was at a point where we only had like a few or whatever. Now I gotta scroll to find some stuff, and man, that get me hype. Like man, I'm legit. Like, we legit making content that people enjoy, and like, this is something I've always had a idea. Cause like years ago, like I say almost 10 years ago, like I had a YouTube channel, and it was doing okay, and like, there ain't too many feelings like that where you see, where you know, you create something and you put it out there and people actually enjoy it. Like, that's one of the best feelings. So if you ever thinking about like being any type of content creator or doing music or anything, like, just do it. And I feel like for me, 2020 was one of the worst years like I've had. Like, I had so much shit happen and I had to go through. But in the same breath, like, it literally changed me, because for one, all the downtime I had, at that point I didn't have an excuse, you know, to not get into this shit. Like, of course, like before that, I could be like, oh, you know, I got work tomorrow, so I'm just trying to chill and I gotta go do this and do that. Now I'm getting off work, come home, cook, do a little bit of laundry, help my girl out, whatever she need around the house, cut the grass, all the stuff. Then I'm, you know, in my head, I'm in my notes, jotting stuff down, like what I want to do. I'm talking to him nonstop all through the week about, like, you know, what type of different segments we want to do, and how we even want to do the podcast and all this stuff, and how we want to turn this into like a business or a conglomerate, and, you know, all this stuff. And then even talking about people we want to bring on and talking to them. So it's a lot, man, but I can't wait, man. Like,
it's all about the hustle, man. And I'm telling you, man, if you could hustle some dope, it's a million other legal things out here you can hustle. Because I'm telling you, it ain't a dope boy out there that's doing more. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
Because we are moving nonstop. Like I said, I done miss sleep. I don't be out at all the get-togethers and stuff like that.
Yeah, y'all see us. Like, we're straight from work in here. Straight from work.
Most
I don't
definitely.
even go home and change my shoes, nothing. When I leave in the morning at
I ain't had no Jordan jokes for a minute. Nigga been coming over here. But he got them on today.
Man, I'm leaving in the morning to go to work. I'm grabbing all my stuff, get off work. I shoot straight over here. Knock this out, go home, you know, kind of get myself like 10 minutes, chill, talk to my girl, talk to my kids, see how school was, how work was for her, what we gonna eat for dinner, start that up, and she'll tell you I'm on the couch editing this, thinking about, like, telling him, like, all right, I'm gonna put this out this day or this day, and what we gonna do about this and all this stuff. So
I'm telling you, get you a team and put in the work. Put in the work. Most definitely put in the work, because ain't nothing gonna come of nothing, man. Yeah. You got to do something different to get something different.
This legit been the biggest highlight of 2020. Like, even when I go to drill, like people at my unit, like shout out to Duran. He be putting people on to the podcast because I remember.
Man, I got a nice little list of. I'm talking about a list of people that's putting people on, and I appreciate all y'all.
Like we had a class, and after the class, somebody's like, "Hey, y'all want to go get something?" I'm like, "I can't. I got to go do my podcast." They like, "Oh, you got a podcast?" And he's like, "Yeah, man. It's Raggedy Couch on Facebook, YouTube stuff, and they literally going to check it out." So I appreciate that. That word of mouth and y'all speaking up on our behalf is what's gonna help us. And like we growing. Like this legit could be something that like we said, it can be our full-time job, and
most definitely
a lot of stuff is going to come from that. And the biggest thing is like we don't want to just hog it to ourselves. Like we want to do this with people. Like we want to put people on, we want to have people a part of it, which is why we be having all these guests and stuff. And you know one thing that's like I love it. It's like I don't know about anybody that's outside of this area. I appreciate you listening, but just in our area alone, people are realizing that you ain't got to be in Hollywood, you ain't got to be in New York no more. Like it seems like our area is booming right now. For real.
South Bend, Indiana, Mishawaka, Indiana, everybody in these surrounding. We'll just say Michiana area.
Yeah.
I mean, we got photographers and videographers coming out here.
For real.
Like, I'm talking about cats
people
with
got
real
cartoons,
talent, yo.
All this stuff.
Real talent coming straight out of this area. I feel like you said, 2020 is rough. Yeah. 2020 is
for me
has been a rough year. But with all of that being said, it's a lot of people learning that it's more that you can do out here than just a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And I'm supporting everybody in the area. I got a videographer I'm going to be working with soon. He might end up working with us on the podcast. But I'm loving the way things is going. I'm loving the way it's shaping up for us. And shit, I'm going to say one thing. Shout out to all the moms that listen to us, because I think it's the third occasion now I've been out somewhere and a mom has approached me just on the simple fact that we always talking about our kids. Let me tell you something. I'm going to cater to that because I love my little badass kids. I love them. And I love the fact that people like hearing me talk about. I didn't realize it was like, I knew it was bad out here. But just for somebody to enjoy listening to somebody talking about their kids because their situation ain't the greatest, you know what I mean? We take pride in being good fathers.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of cats out here that's not, but I love that people can listen to us and get that little bit of comfort to it, give them some faith that there's some good ones out here.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
It is. It definitely is. And, I love both of my kids, and I do this for them. Like, we talked about that too. Like, we want to get this to a point where we can pass it on to them, because anybody that know our kids, they all got personality, and they completely,
different.
Could be doing this. Like,
man, all of our kids are different too.
Yeah.
They all got different personalities.
None of them are the same at all.
Like, low key. And if you got something that you do, it include your kids. Because my son is damn near up to my speed with running all of this equipment. My son is 12 years old. Yeah. Shout out to my son, Marquise, because my son he loving this. Kids will do anything to spend time with their parents. And my son is loving learning how to work all this equipment, learning how to use the programs. I'm telling you, I'm loving it. You ain't got to send them away super far, you know what I mean, anymore. Yeah. They can learn right from up here. Like I said, it's all about the hustle. Yeah. Instilling that work ethic in them. Yeah. So where we starting at, man? Where we getting at? Man, I want to stay on hustle, bro. I want to stay on hustle.
I was going to say something about that.
I want to stay on hustle. I saw a video this week, and I know you saw it too. It's a nigga out here in prison. He went to prison. He did what he did or not, whatever it is that happened. He got a whole clothing line in prison. You see this shit? He got a whole clothing line, and I ain't even gonna lie. I'm trying to find the address to get some of this shit, because some of this shit is fresh. I put some money on your books for that fit.
Yeah, for real.
That's crazy. Y'all can't tell. It's people out here complaining they ain't got no money, fam. This guy is in jail.
It's just crazy, man. Like,
making straight club. I'm trying to figure out how he got the clearance to do all of this.
Yeah.
They in jail.
Well, I know he was part of the art program.
Man, he gotta be. That shit
and
is
they
crazy.
Probably
yo, you got that video? Definitely put that video. Definitely put that video in this.
I know he's part of the art program, and they get whatever supplies the prison allow him to. I'm assuming it's depending on whatever like disc status he on, but I mean, in my opinion, like that's crazy, and in the same breath, like that's also amazing. Like people make their mistakes. They make their mistakes. They go to jail. I think we need to come up with a different method as far as like. Because people don't like prison that's where you're supposed to go. It's like corrective action, but it seems like they just slaves. So,
I mean, in that situation, you notice how many people just don't have the opportunities. Mm-hmm. And we got to stop making cats feel bad for what they want to do or like literally support is everything. Because I feel like if this man had the support on the street.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He be like
he be out here moving.
Damon John from that did the FUBU. He be like him.
Exactly.
And the thing is, these people be living like next door from you, across the street from you, on the other side of town.
And motherfuckers be wanting to clown people because they ain't got on $400 jeans and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
because that's one thing I kind of don't like about South Bend. Like everybody got that crab in the barrel mentality. Like.
Oh yeah, y'all know who you are.
You enclosed and like people be gatekeeping and stuff. Like like South Bend ain't a big town, but it's a relatively big town. And the thing is, there's so much talent in here. Like people want to get they one up and just try to stay there. Like try to distance themselves from the pack. But it's like. If we all collectively, we talk about this a lot, but it's true. Like if we all, you get the photographers and the videographers here with the creatives and, people that do music, like we could build something like really, really big in this town. But the thing is, like everybody got to be on the same page and you got to want to, like you got people that, design clothes and be doing, the designs on pictures, on t-shirts and stuff. And you got like tattoo artists and all types of stuff. Like we could all legit, build something.
Me personally, I take pride in spending money with the people that I know.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ain't nothing against Versace or Da Vinci or any of that. But I don't know these people. This cat, I went to... Like, it's literally a cat right now. He a videographer. Or Trey Marquise on Facebook. Look him up. My man. Matter of fact, I got his shirt on now to his first album. He started off doing music, and now he a videographer. He still do music, but... why not support who closed? I love that. I know where my money going. I know he putting his money back into the city. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like... It's definitely dope to spend money with the people, Like, I grew up with this cat, yo. Yeah. I'm talking about, I think it was like 8-9 years old. We was running around in the skating rink. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be the good part, man.
So to have that history with somebody and to come forward with somebody. And shit, he talking about coming to do work with us. Yeah. It's enough money out here for everybody.
And that's why it's important, man. Like I would have never met a whole bunch of people had I not met him. Just like he would have met a bunch of people had he not met me. Definitely. Like my homeboy Earl. Like shout out to Earl. He do the Forex and the day trading and stuff. He is legit trying to like put people on. Like legit trying to put people onto this. And that's also something like I'm gonna get into it too. Like he got these he have these gatherings where he teaching people how to do it,
and he's showing he ain't out here scamming. He's showing you like
he's legit showing.
He the only person I done seen like legit that I know personally. Like he done flew overseas and was riding a camel. like I know y'all think that's like basic or whatever, y'all can crack jokes whatever, but I know way too many people that have spent $300 on a pair of shoes, but will not, go experience something different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And like that, like I said, that's something he like that is his job, is the stock market. And
yeah,
you know, one of the things about black people, like, it don't be our fault, but it's a lot of shit that we don't know, you know. And one thing that I do, you know, praise him for is he ain't trying to just keep it all to himself. He legit trying to put people on. Like, I'm going to the one, he got one February 20th. I'm gonna put the link in the bio. If you want to come up, you know, show up, he gonna go over, bring you a notepad, take some notes, and you know, you can get into this stuff. Like, you can make some good ass money.
And
like,
this is stuff that we ain't taught.
Yeah,
I'm not just gonna specifically say black people. I'm talking about people that just weren't born into a super money making family. You know what I mean, or area. Like, it's a lot of ways out here to come up on some money.
Yeah. And I think it's important, especially for our generation, like that generation that grew up outside, you know, street, gotta be home for the street lights. Like, we are the, in my opinion, we, outside of the younger kids in school right now, we're the most important generation, because we're literally the difference between, you know, the industrial age, where all, you know, everybody growing up, you had to work at the steel mill type.
Man,
you know, that generation. And then it was us, and now we got the internet generation. So it's literally us. We bridge the gap. Like, we know what it took for them and what they sacrificed before us, and now, you know, we at an age where we got a level of wisdom to give off to them younger kids. Because the thing I love about the younger kids, like we talk about all the time, they not scared. They will ask why. They will question. They will be objective on a lot of stuff, especially like family stuff. Like, you know how, you know, growing up, you had all these rules, and when you get older, you kind of just like, you know, why? But as kids, we was taught to never question that. Now, man, I had to stop saying this, and I still do now. Like, when I tell my son, like, you know, Jordan or Aiden, go put your shoes on. Why? Where we going? I always be like, don't worry about it. But, you know, when you think about it, you're just curious, like, you know, where we going or why? So I have to get away from doing that and you know, just being honest and talk to them.
And to expand on that, we got to stop letting these schools, like just school, teach our kids. Like, I didn't realize until my son started wanting to take part in what I'm doing, that we all went to school, whether you graduated or not. School was pretty much all we knew was it was either go to school, graduate, get a job.
Yep.
Or it was go to school, graduate, join the military. Or it was I mean, either way you put it, we were taught to be workers. Mm-hmm. We weren't taught to be leaders.
Working for somebody else.
Yeah, we were taught to work for somebody else. Mm-hmm. Now, anybody out there who done finished and they done retired or they got their pension and anything, I'm not talking about you. I mean, congratulations. I can't wait till I get that point in my life. Mm-hmm. But we ain't got to just be workers no more.
Yeah, because I ain't got to wait that long to retire either.
Exactly. And retirement ain't what it is or what it was years ago. Ain't gonna be no retirement for us.
That's crazy that you brought that up about school, because man, I it's crazy, dude. Like, this just be God. Like, I just be waking up and having these thoughts in my head. Like, this was probably about a month and a half, 2 months ago. Our kids spend way too much time at school. Like, what is it, like 6 hours?
I didn't realize it until they had to do this at home.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, that's true. That is true.
Like,
that is
you
true.
don't realize these things until you, like, it. I mean, let's just be honest. For parents, it's pretty much like daycare for us.
Yeah.
But when you look at it different in the aspect of, like, there's so much more that they can be learning. Like, I didn't know nothing about credit until it was too late.
Yeah, for real.
I didn't know nothing about credit until it was too late. Nothing against my mom, because my mom worked at a bank, but she can't teach what she don't know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And my son at 12 years old understands credit and understands how important it is to pay your bills on time and not take on more bills than you can handle. Yep. Like, at 12 years old, I'm making sure he has this information. Like, I was just put on to the fact that my son doesn't even have to have access to my credit. My son doesn't have to have a card to where he can spend my money. But my son's name being on my credit boost his credit. At this rate, by the time he 18, my son gonna have a 700 credit score. Yep. You know what I'm saying? But that's literal some game that I learned from a cat like in the last 2 weeks or so, that I can just throw my son's name on all my credit, because I got bomb credit now. I take real serious pride in my credit. Yeah. And my son ain't gonna have to fight. Yep. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna have to crash and burn.
He ain't gonna have to go through those rigors like we did. You know?
Most definitely.
But it's good because you as a parent, you always want to take those blows so your kids don't have to. You know, but in the same breath, that's something you also still have to teach them, even though that'll be something they may never see. But back to the school thing though, like kids in school, like what, 6 to 8 hours? So if you think about it, you got 24 hours in a day. They at school, like I said, 6 to 8 hours. So what's that? 18, 16 hours left in the day. Yeah. We already know by the time they getting home from school, we getting off of work. And when we get home from work, we trying to chill, for that little bit. Then you gotta start dinner. Then you gotta, get them together for bed or whatever. But if you think about it, like, let's just say they get out at 3 and they go to bed at 9. That's only 6 hours that you have with them. And out of that 6 hours, like, what are you really teaching them?
Yeah, because you want to chill. You're not really been pushed to your mental or physical capacity for the day at your job.
So it's literally like we depending on the school to teach them everything. But then when you think about it, school teach them a lot of shit that they're never gonna apply. And that's I literally woke up and was just like, kids spend way too much time at school. Like, I say legit 4 or 5 hours at the most. And then you actually talk about meaningful stuff. Like, you talk about math, English, history. That's pretty much it. And then, as you get older,
is, sketchy.
Well, there's a lot of history that I want my kids to know about. Granted, that should also be on me to teach them that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. History is one of those hit or miss things, because there's going to be things that you want your kids to know that they're not going to learn in school, and the school system is not going to teach. But a lot
of this shit, like I remember I had earth science. I had earth science in high school where we learned about minerals and all this shit. Like, okay, like,
my son is going through that right now. He's talking about photosynthesis and shit. And I'm like, he's not going to be a botanist. He has no interest in plants.
I think that should stuff like that should be electives. Like, but I think we should, kind of change the education system to where I feel like if it was up to me, like, once you hit high school, like, every kid that comes to my school, you are going to have to fill out a form. Like, what are 3 things you hoping to do after high school? Now, let's say you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, a blah, blah, blah. You're going to get elective classes that focus on that.
Man, because I don't know how many classes I took that.
You'll never apply it.
Never going to apply it. Like, dude, it's so crazy. Like, importance on the things that you teach your children. Like, my son is 12 years old and knows how to change a tire, like, knows how to change oil.
And it's grown men that don't know how to change a tire.
Grown men out here that's calling AAA, not because they don't want to and they got the money, because they just don't have the knowledge. Nobody taught them, and they ain't teaching it in school no more.
And that's not always your fault, but I always tell people you have the ability to access how to, like, anytime my girl, she don't know how to do something, she asks me and I don't know, all right, hold on, I go right upstairs on YouTube, because
y'all gotta learn how to use these for more than just social media.
Yeah,
this is the biggest information. This done taught me, like, I'm a car guy. This done taught me, I done had raggedy cars all my life up until this point. And this right here has taught me how to keep them cars going and help me get to where I need to be, whether it be work, whether it be class, whether it be anything that I needed to know. A lot of times you ain't got to go to a person that ain't going to tell you no more, or that's going to give you some off advice. You know what I mean? You got a whole library. You got a whole school. You got everything is right here in these phones and these laptops, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy how much stuff you can learn.
That's true. Cause man, I've literally taught myself how to do so much. Like I taught myself how to edit videos.
Man, I taught myself how to run all of this audio equipment.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm not the best, but every day I'm learning something new. I literally set a goal for myself that I need to learn something new with these programs every day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Whether it be a process or whether it be how to access different things, and I'm learning something new every day. Like, it's a lot. And dude, it's so many people who like graduated high school that had absolutely no idea what they wanted to do.
For real.
Like, I ask my kids, and I don't need a definite answer now, but I ask my kids every day what they want to do. I just found out that my daughter has a crazy urge to want to learn how to cook. My daughter want to bake. She want to cook. She want to. So I got my son who want to do audio shit with me, and he love working on the cars with me. And now I got my daughter who, coincidentally, as mean as she is, want to fight, and she want to cook. I don't know how these two things go together. I don't know how these two things go together. She want to be a boxing chef, but I don't even. Man, that your cake gonna come out beat up. Man. But you never learn these things unless you ask. You got to ask your kids what they want to do or what they interested in. Because I'm telling you, I mean, there's a lot of people out here, like you said, it's not their fault that they don't know anything. I would feel like I'm failing as a parent if I didn't push them to learn.
I just
something.
think people don't think enough to present that question to them. You know, like, what do you want to do? Because to be honest, I never really heard that when I was in high school. Only thing I was worried about, like, man, I'm trying to get to the NFL. That's all I cared about. And, you know, that's good that you think like that, but we know the truth on that whole thing. Like, it's extremely hard to get in the NFL. So I think, you know, these teachers and stuff that claim to have cared about me, not saying that they didn't, I just think that's what, you know, we should be doing as parents, as teachers, as, you know, elders in the, you know, in the village.
And I mean, to be
start
honest
bringing
with
that
you, to
question
be honest
up
with
to
you,
kids.
I'm not gonna say that it's their fault either, because man, it's you know how many people I know twice my age that just don't know.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
Like, I ain't holding them accountable. I just wish that was something that they would have, you know, kind of brought to light with us, because, you know, especially like in South Bend, like we talking about it now, like all this talent we have, we had to figure this out on our own. Now just imagine, you know, we had these same interests when we was in high school and the teachers talked to us about it. And, you know, in school you got more resources. Being you a minor, just imagine how it would have manifested. Like, imagine if you would have started doing this in high school, or I started editing.
And you know what's crazy? We had a engineering. It was called like technical engineering or something like that. That was offered in my school, and I knew nothing about it. That were using similar, like, obviously earlier versions of the programs that I'm using now.
We had this too. We had a class IOL where we would edit stuff and whatever, but it wasn't available to everybody. I only had it for 1 year. I had it my junior year. I didn't get it my senior year, but I also chose to do AutoCAD my senior year because I wanted to be an engineer.
See, I didn't realize until I talked to somebody that I went to high school with that they had these programs in my high school.
But in the same breath, like, if you would have asked me, like, okay, so what happens if you don't make it to the NFL? I would have probably been pissed, and I would have tuned you out, because I wasn't thinking about nothing else but this until I actually started applying for college. And it's like, all right, I gotta pick something, you know. So I went from this to this to this to this, like a lot of people do. Granted, I was lucky enough to not have that, even though I didn't finish, and then I joined the military, but. That's just what I'm saying. Like, you know, we can start manifesting all of this stuff in the kids early on if we just, as parents, as teachers, start asking them that question. Because I feel like, let's just say, you know, they asked that question at school and Marquise like, okay, I want to be a mechanic. And then when you come to parent-teacher conference, they show you the paper, and he write on there, I want to be a mechanic. I know you about to be like, oh shoot.
It's on. It's up there.
Know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Up there. That's what I'm saying. Or if...
But I'm telling you, I already know.
Or if I go there and they like, well, Aiden, he said he wants to be in the NFL. Oh, we in the backyard. It's,
all day.
But we do that anyway. And it's just, we just happen to have this idea, now, because like I work with both my kids on sports and talking to them about this stuff. Like they want to stream and, do all this stuff. And like, had I brought that up to my mom as a kid, like, Mom, I want to stream, I can make money off this. My mom would have probably been like, okay, but I don't know how to, I don't know how to do that. I don't know what none of that is.
But see, if you had known, you could have brought it to her. And I can't speak for everybody's parents, but my mom wanted me to do something. Because I was like, all of this technical shit, I'm hearing stories about me growing up. Like, my mom told me, like, me working on cars and stuff, she could see that coming. She could understand how it came about. Because she said, when I was young, I found a screwdriver. I just started taking shit apart. Bro,
lamps falling apart.
Bro, I don't know how many times I got in trouble. Like, I done took radios apart. I done took all my toys. At one point, once my toys stopped working, I didn't just throw them away like they broke. Like, I took them apart. Obviously, I didn't know how to put them back together. You
was on some Sid type shit from Toy Story.
Obviously, I didn't know how to put the shit back together, but
you know how to take it apart.
Bro,
that's half of it.
A screwdriver in my hand was just comfortable, young, growing up. You know what I mean? And like my mom said, had she like really understood what was going on, had she had more information, she could have pushed me further into those things. You know what I'm saying? And that's literally why we talking about it right now. You could have
came out of high school, right into a trade, and boom, like now 12 years in, you could be making... crazy
money. Yep. And see, like that's the whole reason why we talking about this right now. We just trying to shed some light on some things that people may not be noticing. Pay attention to your kids, because the things that they do, it's in them. They wired that way.
And they tell you, like they'll be direct about it. They'll tell you subliminally, all types of stuff. Like, I can't believe how good my kids are at playing the game. Like Fortnite, I can't believe it. Like,
that's crazy. I'm
kind of past that at this point. Like, man, I rarely play the game.
Bro, we ain't got time.
Yeah, that's true. Like, I don't even.
And then honestly, when you don't have time, you can't even get no better. So then you don't want to play no way, because everybody else is killing.
Because I've been talking shit to my youngest son, like, boy, I'll tear you up, man.
Them days
we got on there,
over.
He whooped my ass, and he's 6. He is 6 playing online against grown people.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna plug this right now. Me and my son are coming up right now with some shit that we gonna be streaming, because I didn't even think about it. I got all the equipment. We got the cameras. We got the microphones, everything. We play the game together. Like, that's literally how we spend a certain amount of time with each other. My son loves to brag on his dad. Like, it's crazy because we're young parents. You know what I'm saying? So like my son's friends, their parents are like upper 40s, 50s. You know what I'm saying?
So you the cool dad.
I'm the cool dad. All his friends literally torment their parents because, well, Marquise's dad played a game with him. You know what I mean? He ain't got to get off the game. That his dad hop on. Like, literally, dude, I be in the lobby to these games. Like, me and my son play Apex Legends. His friends be mad because they can't get in the lobby with me and him.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. But, like I said, paying attention to your kids, dude. My son has a preference on, like, his sound settings and what headphones he plays his game with. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Listening to me do all of this stuff and adjust microphones and pick out my equipment and work with these programs has literally rubbed off on my child and to where it's natural. He don't want to wear those headphones, not because they're more expensive or because they're cheaper or because they don't look cool, but these ones sound better. I can hear different. I can hear better. It's crazy to see just how much they pick up. And like I said, he's 12.
Yeah.
12 years old, yo.
Yeah.
I'm about to start crying. Getting all emotional talking about my babies. Big head ass motherfucker.
Yeah,
but most definitely, man, y'all, it's unlimited amounts of information out here. And I'm saying get it before something happens to where information is difficult to come by once again. Because at one point in time, all you had was books and people who knew it before you. You know what I'm saying? Like, the years of an apprenticeship aren't gone, but they don't mean as much as they used to, because a lot of the information that you can get now, you don't have to follow somebody for 5 years.
And that's the thing. Like, a lot of people getting, especially these younger kids, like, they getting into working for themselves. Like, you got kids 20, 21, 22 years old buying houses.
Bro, it's
houses. I have never in my life lived in a house until this year, and I'm 30 years old. I've never lived in a house. And you got kids 10 years, they can't even smoke cigarettes, and they buying houses. Can't even drink, and they buying houses.
Yo, it's crazy. When I was in welding school, I was in class with a kid that was, I want to say he was 19. He had just graduated high school, went to Ivy Tech to take welding classes. And my question to him was like, why did you choose welding? You know what this motherfucker told me?
What?
This is a little white kid. I mean, he wasn't little. Motherfucker was hefty. Hefty. He was about 6'2", solid 200.
Yeah.
Work boots, cowboy boots every day. He been throwing hay bales all his life. But that to the side, he told me that instead of buying a car, he bought a stump grinder for trees. So when people cut down trees and they cut them up, you know, you got to have somebody come remove the stump for you. And one of the ways that they do that is they grind it out. He learned how to weld because his machines would break. I guess the teeth on the stump grinder get dull. You got to take them off and put on new ones. But instead of paying somebody, he learned how to weld so he could grind off the old ones and weld on new ones. 19 years old, this cat started with a little Ford Ranger and a stump grinder and a trailer. Just hustling.
That's what's up.
He was 19 years old, and the thought of working for somebody else has never crossed his mind. Because from 18, 19 years old, he done had his own shit that he was doing. This kid was 19 years old, and he was making and saving more money than I was making.
Yeah.
And I don't have a bad job. You know what I'm saying? So these kids out here working for themselves, it's a lot of them that's really making it happen, yo. And that's crazy, because that shit right there blew my mind. To see somebody 19 years old
like,
just on their way.
Like Kim, that run a legendary Air League. Like he just turned 23. He just turned 23, and he's running an entire basketball league. And this ain't no rec. You show up, oh, I got you, and you. No, this is an actual league. Like refs, jerseys, DJ. Like, this is coordinated.
And they got a concession stand.
Yeah. Like, we have all-star games, drafts. You get trophies, rings, all time. Like, he's legit running this league, and he started this, I think he's like 19. Like, when I was 19, all I gave a fuck about was my cutlass that I got with my first bonus. That's all I cared about.
Bonus from the military.
Yeah, like,
he went to the military fresh out of high school.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about running no basketball league, and like, it's just crazy, man. But that's just a testament to his parents, because they pour into him. And shout out to Tony and Kim. They did a really good job with all of them, not just him, because everybody in that family contribute to that. And that's making a real big impact on South Bend. Like,
most
every
definitely,
year we got new players.
Man,
so,
they keeping so many people out the streets.
Hell yeah.
And that's literally where I want to get to. I want to do some shit to where we helping cats stay out the streets, because y'all seeing all these artists get shot. Y'all seeing all these people. Like, I feel like the focus nowadays is more on the money. It's all on the money, but nobody's really paying attention to what it like. the focus should be on how you're getting the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's a lot of, like, our generation was raised on dope boy music.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. I come from a terrible city. Like, my family come from a terrible city. And all you know is the dope boys. You know what I mean? So you got the dope boys that you see in your neighborhood, and you got the music that's glorifying it, which is why the dope boys is doing what they doing, because the music is telling you can have this, that, and the third. And I mean, the prison system and the graveyard is full of people that follow those paths.
Mm-hmm.
Follow those paths straight to where they tell you it's going to lead you to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd say it's 0.5%, if 0.2% that actually make it, and they not in the penitentiary, and they not dead.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So shouts out to them for really keeping a lot of people off the streets, because it ain't nothing out here on the street.
For real. Like, that is probably one of the oldest stories you will ever see.
Man.
It's in every movie. It's in every TV show. Like,
just watch them to the end. Like, I know y'all see these people balling and shit, but watch them to the end. All of these movies end bad. American Gangster, end bad. What was it? New Jack City, end bad. Motherfucking Paid in Full, end bad. Scarface, that movie came out, what, the 70s, 80s, the early 80s? Ends terrible. The man got everything in the world that he wanted, and he couldn't enjoy it. Ended up dying. Like, for real, y'all gotta watch this stuff to the end.
You know, another big thing, this is why it's important to have certain people around you, man. Like, you have to have objective people in your life. You can't have, like, all your friends can't always agree with you. Like, anybody that know me know, like, people think I like to argue and stuff. They think I like this stuff, but no.
He enjoys this.
But one thing people will always say is, "You was right," and I don't be doing this to be a dick. I don't be doing this to be a dick. But like, if you somebody that I care about and I value, like, I don't want you to go through this or go through that. So I'm gonna tell you straight up. I'm gonna tell you my opinion. And then after that, whether I agree with you or not, you still gonna make your own decision. But I know that's something everybody that knows me can say about me. And this is why everybody come to me to talk to me, because they know I ain't gonna be on no bullshit. I ain't gonna tell you just anything. And I know it sucked to hear. Just like everybody that, when I talk to them about shit, they're like, nah, that's stupid or that's fucked up. And I be like, you got to reflect and be like, yeah, that kind of is.
And on a side note, we do talk a lot of shit. We joke with each other. You just heard me say, oh, nigga, you ain't right, and da-da-da-da-da. We do that, but we genuinely, and I feel like that's why we are so close, we genuinely want to see everybody doing better.
Yeah, for real.
Like, I'm not hating on anybody that's further than me, and I'm definitely not trying to keep anybody behind me down. Like, I love to see people around me doing better.
Yeah, for real. Like, if you know me, I will help you with anything. Like, I will give you my last. I will try to.
My last. I got kids.
I mean, if it makes sense, I will give you my last. My last if it makes sense. But I will show up if you got something you want me to support. I will show up. I will pay for it. I will do this. I will do that. Like, that's just the type of person I am. Because I want people to succeed. Like, I want people to make it. I don't want people to be stuck working these bullshit jobs, because that's all it is in South Bend. It's like you either working in a warehouse, or you got really, 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 really lucky making the same money doing something else.
Yeah.
But majority of the people in South Bend, Mishawaka, Elkhart, we all working in a warehouse.
A factory.
They don't give a shit
RV
about
plant.
They don't.
All of this shit somehow ties together.
They don't give a shit about us. And that's why we talking about, like, that hustle, like, figuring out what it is that you want to do. Like, man, you could be selling fucking apples on the side of the road.
And I'm telling you,
let me know. I will pull up.
When you doing something that is for you, not for somebody else. Because when you working for another company, if you getting paid $17 an hour, they making $50 an hour off you.
And if you think about it, like, you literally saying, I'm willing to give you an hour of my time for $17.
Man, it's
and when you think about it like that, that is crazy. That's crazy. Like, I'm going to give you an hour of my life that I'll never get back for $14.
Man,
that's crazy.
And there's people out here doing it for less.
That's crazy.
There's people out here doing it for way less.
I'm just saying, like, if that's something that you want to do, that is perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But if you one of them people like us that's on the fence that, like, man, I ain't trying to work for nobody for the rest of my life. Like, I want to be able to get up. I want to be able to get up, get my kids together. They go to school, come home, go to the gym, get off, come back, get on, my work stuff or whatever I got going on, bro. Pick them up from school and
hearing one of, because one of our homies is like really, really making it out here in the social world. Really, really making it. I'm talking about got YouTube plat. Shout out to B Reed, Cartoon Connect, because he is making moves. And one of the greatest things that he said is he get to, like, before all of this COVID, he get to put his kids on the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He get to, like, it's a lot of people out here who hate going to their job every day. Man, I'm right there with you. But when you doing something that you actually love and it's coming back to you, it don't matter how tired you get.
Yep.
I done worked 12-hour shifts, physical labor, and came in here and shot a pod right afterward and didn't feel tired until after the pod was done because, I mean, I love doing what I'm doing. I don't care if I'm making less money and I can take care of everything that I need to take care of. Bro, it's a wrap. I'm doing this every day because this is fun.
Yep.
It may seem like we sitting in a basement. I know it looked like a basement to y'all. Y'all kiss my ass. But this is the studio, and just doing what little we have done now, I have gotten to know so many different people.
Yeah.
And hit me up. If I know somebody that can help you do what you want to do, that's definitely the best. I got people that I'm in connection with that cut hair. I got people
one of the best parts
baking.
About this.
We got the basketball league. I know people that make t-shirts. I know people that's literally into like fashion, like not just making t-shirt, like legitimately sewing clothes in different configurations to make their own stuff. Photography,
magazines.
If I know somebody that can help you, I'm gonna try to put you in connection with that person. Now, if you serious about doing what you want to do, just don't make me look bad. That's the only thing that I ask. If I put you in connection with somebody and they give you that opportunity, their time is valuable to them. Don't waste their time. But if it's anybody out there that I can help get on to something else, because I mean, it took knowing people to get us this far.
Yeah, for real.
It took people to show me what to get and how to use it and what
and then
this does
doing our own research too. Because when he was getting all this stuff, he was hitting me up every day. I'm like, bro, I don't know, man, what the fuck that is.
I have spent so much time on YouTube looking up things and looking at reviews and seeing how programs work. Like literally, YouTube is like college to me right now.
Yeah, for real.
Because it's teaching me everything that I need to know about these. I don't know nobody out here that's running these audio products.
YouTube just like it's just a nexus of information. Like you can legit find anything on YouTube. Like,
just don't be listening to YouTube lawyers. You still gotta go to college for that.
Yeah.
You still gotta go to college for that. Be out here fuck around, get arrested because some shit you saw on Facebook and YouTube.
Yep.
They put your ass in that box.
I love YouTube. That's why I'm always on there. Like I know how to make a fucking clay furnace that I might never need to, but the information is there. I was
legit about to ask you, like, why are you?
Like, I know I ain't the only one that be watching them niggas build them underground tunnels.
Man, I watched this one last night. They built a whole
building swimming pools. And
they built a motherfucking house, and it had like a bedroom, a motherfucking like sitting area. They even put like a walkway out of all bamboo, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could make nails out of bamboo, bro. This shit was crazy. But with that being said, like you can learn how to do anything. My son, I got land. So my son is out in the back chopping down trees, trying to build a motherfucking teepee and shit.
Like, he'll be out here. I'll show up. He'll be out here. Like,
I can't even cut the grass because I got sticks and shit everywhere that he done sharpened in the stakes to build a hut or whatever. Yeah. Like, pay attention, man. Yep. Pay attention and learn everything that you can. Because, like, we had other shit that we was going to talk about, but this pretty much just turned into an episode all about the hustle, man. Because we damn near at an hour now, and literally all we've been talking about is hustling, finding information, taking advantage of the information that you can get.
And then just your end goal, man. Like we said, we want this and, other stuff to be our full-time job.
With the talk on goals, do not overwhelm yourself by setting some ungodly goal. Not saying that it can't happen, but you got to set short-term goals
because it is very
that give
easy.
You that feeling of accomplishment.
It's very easy to stretch yourself thin. It is very easy. Yeah. Very, very easy. Especially, like you said, if you still working like us. Like, I work 10 hours. He worked 12 hours. Yeah. Like, that's half your day.
Not to mention kids.
Yeah. Like,
it's easy to stretch all yourself of the other shit that you got to deal with.
Yeah. Like, we've been talking about a few segments that we've been supposedly doing for months, and we still ain't got got the equipment. We just ain't came up with the ideas and the game plan. So, like we said, like, it's hard, but we gonna at least get this out. Now that stuff that's gonna come. We do got an idea that's gonna be a lot easier, and we gonna get to that. But
I mean, everything takes time. Like right now, I don't know about you, but one of my short-term goals right now is to get a better camera. Because for y'all, y'all that don't understand how hard we grinding right now, all of these episodes, we shooting on a extra cell phone. Yep. We ain't even got a full camera right now. Yep. And the video quality is,
still
decent.
On point.
I'm telling you. So, you got to set short-term goals. I think ours right now, which will make things a little bit easier, is we agree to get a better camera.
Yeah, like just to tell you how dedicated we are. Like, if you watch, well, it's kind of a lot, but I literally on like a shit ton of YouTube videos, like content creators, I literally in the comments like, man, what kind of camera y'all use?
Literally,
Joe Budden. Breakfast Club.
Well, see, you asking about cameras. I'm legit asking about microphones.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, these people don't know you, but if they see that you putting in work, like, it's some people that's really, really out here, like serious content creators that have answered my question.
Yeah, for real.
You'll never get your question
like,
asked.
He'll tell you, like, when I messaged Pat, I was too hyped when I came in here. I was so hyped. Like,
shout out to Patrick Cloud, yo. Pat Cloud started off.
Replied to me.
Patrick Cloud started off as an intern at All Def. And this man he got hair care products. He got his own.
I remember
stuff that
when he had
out.
10K followers on Instagram. He had 10K.
Yeah, that shit is up now.
Man,
he up.
But Patrick is like a national fucking treasure, dude. Like, he's definitely a national treasure. Like, I would pay to hang out with him. I would literally give him money. Man, like, I would pay to sit in the room with
some of these people. Yeah. Just to get that information, which is what we started off talking about. Mm-hmm. Getting that information so that you can make it. Because, like I said, I found out to use the cell phone. Yeah. From, who was that? Wallow 267? Mm-hmm. From $1 Million Worth of Game. Wallow 267 is a mad inspirational speaker. The man did 20 years in jail and got out, hit the ground running. Mm-hmm. This man did 20 years of his life in jail and got out. He ain't got to work for nobody. Inspirational, motivational speeches. He got a clothing line too. His hat line is dope. They got masks and all that shit now. They got the podcast $1 Million Worth of Game, which they do with which he does with Gilly the King. So it's like nothing is out of reach. It like we said in the beginning, it's all about the amount of work that you put in. Because literally, I felt like Wallow was talking to me when he said you got a cell phone and you got something to say. and people gonna listen to you, shoot it.
Yep.
You ain't gotta wait until you got all of the most expensive equipment and all of this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can make it happen.
It's crazy, man, because like I could think of so much time as I've been getting older where I just wasn't doing shit, and now like I be kind of wanting that time back. Like I be wanting to have them sessions where I just play the game with my homeboys all day, but I can't because I be so busy. I be so busy. Like,
but you know what though? I like being busy.
Me too.
Man. Like I don't feel like I used to have these times where I would reach like, you remember like you wake up in the morning on your day off and then you just look over at the clock and before you knew it, it was like 4:00.
Yeah.
And you ain't did shit all day.
Yep.
I don't have those days no more.
For real. Like it is extremely hard for me. Like it took everything in me to stay up to watch that fight. Cause past 9 o'clock, my eyes is heavy. Cause I gotta be up so early.
Man, but when you finally get, like I said, when I'm out, like dude, I was out at Walmart, and like I said, a girl talked to me about how we talk about our kids, and she said that's what got her in the first place to listen to us, was the fact that, you know, her child's father ain't the best, you know, he ain't around, but to hear young men talk about being in their kids' life, she said it was comforting. Yeah. You know what I mean? She liked to hear it. She liked it. She said she listens to it with her kids, which is kind of
that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's that right there that makes you want to come back and do it even harder. You know what I'm saying? Like our homie Dana that does the free verses out here. He's getting feedback in the streets on his music.
And that's, man, like I'm so hyped for Dana. I'm so hyped for Dana. Like I literally met Dana. I've only known him like a couple of months. Like I've only known him a couple of months.
And he been grinding.
He been on his shit. And the thing was, I don't know if he was doing it at this level before. And like, I ain't trying to take nothing away from him, but it's like he helped us and we helped him.
Most definitely.
And that's just what we want to do. Like,
most definitely.
We don't even want anything in return. Like, we just want to show love. We just want to help people put on. We just want to just be that for people. And like he's like our biggest testament right now. Like
he
Dana
moving so crazy.
Numbers.
He moving crazy out here. Made me feel like I really got to jump on really getting this studio together.
For real, yeah.
Like I really got to get this studio together because, you know, I can't have my homie out here doing less. You know, at this point, he doing me a favor and it's not benefiting him. I got to keep up with him. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So I really, really enjoy helping people. I really enjoy when people tell me what I'm doing for them, because I'm telling you, there's no better feeling in the world than somebody recognizing you for the work that you put in. We all work these shitty jobs to where they don't give a fuck. Yep. They can't even tell you good job. People at supervisors don't understand how much good job can help somebody in their day, man. Like, to just feel appreciated will give you so much motivation throughout the day. And that's what I get when people bring up what we doing. I love it when people talk to us or talk to me. You know, I don't think we've been anywhere together when we've been recognized, but just being out, I'm trying to scan my groceries. I think I had an attitude that day. And the girl swiping my groceries was like, "Oh, you got that podcast. You like, y'all local, right?"
That's why I can't wait till we start getting this merch popping, man. I can't wait.
Bro, I'm telling you, I got some shit going as far as merch popping. And I'm literally thinking about saying, if you catch me anywhere and I ain't got none of my merch on, I owe you $10. That's literally how I'm going to be operating out here. I want people to know what I'm doing and what I represent. You know what I mean? Like, my son's friends talk about, yo, your dad got a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. We got to get our kids in here and do one with them one day, yo. If we can get them to sit down still for at least 30 minutes.
Mine going to be chilling.
Yeah, but they ain't going to do nothing but have a tablet the whole time they chilling. My kids ain't going to chill. My son going to be like, I'm trying to get up.
Man,
I got something to do.
For real. Like, I gotta go finish the base of my castle in the back type shit.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna burn all that shit down. He keep leaving that shit in my damn yard, man. Go build that shit where all the trees are.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it, man. Like, we had some stuff planned we was gonna talk about, but
more importantly, it was all about the hustle. I think that's what it is. Hustle brings results, man. Mm-hmm. And if you got anything that you believe in, anything that you really think can do it for you, you got to put in that work.
Yep. And, another thing is just, meeting people and building and,
don't
connecting
waste that time.
and networking and stuff, man. That's
it's real.
I love that.
Don't waste that time. If you get introduced to somebody that can really
take advantage,
take advantage of that. Ask them questions. Yep. Ask them where they doing, how they doing. I mean, obviously, it's gonna be some people that ain't gonna give away some secrets or whatever. Don't fault them for that. But don't waste that time. Don't leave that area thinking I should have asked this or I could have asked that. You know what I'm saying? Because
if you know me, you know I'm one question asking ass nigga. Man, I will ask some shit away, but I just don't like having to assume some shit because shit can go left way too fast just off you assuming. So no, I want to know. And the military got a big part to do with that. Because shit, we going here, why we going over there?
Man,
who all over there? Man, like what they be on?
Is a good one.
Yeah, what they be on? Like do shit be popping off over there? Like what are we taking with us?
I'm not going. Like at one point I tried to get in the military. They had me jumping through way too many hoops and I just decided to fall back. Yeah. It was at a low point, and I found a better job and things started working out for me. So I stopped jumping through them hoops and I feel like it wasn't meant for me.
Yeah, it's not for a lot of people. Like, I legit don't recommend anyone going to the military. Man. But that's based off my own experience because I've dealt with a lot of bullshit. A lot of stuff, I would say, I only say it's bullshit because there was a better alternative. And the thing is, the Army, a lot of the older people in the Army, the leadership, they don't feel like the Army needs to change. They're like, no, tradition. You do what I say and you don't question it, and that's it. And that's true to a degree, but if you have the option to make shit smart or easier, then you should. Because, one of the biggest things is work smarter, not harder. And, a lot of people don't understand that. But, yeah, that's it for episode.
I think the main thing to pull from this was hustle brings results.
Yep.
Work hard.
And if you want it, you gotta go get it.
You ain't gotta make it illegally. Stay out these streets, man. I don't want to see nobody else, especially anybody I know personally. I don't want to see none of y'all in the box. I don't want to see none of y'all in the cage.
Yeah, because actually yesterday I just got word that one of my homies, Jawan, passed. Like, rest in peace to him. Shout out to, his family. Prayers for them and, our condolences. And it's just, man, it's getting old.
I'm telling you, man.
It's getting old.
The streets. Last note for me is, and I don't know if y'all noticed it or not, but with all of this COVID and stuff going on, people losing businesses and all that, homes ain't got all that extra money that they had. The streets is hungrier than they've ever been in my lifetime.
For real.
The streets is hungrier than they ever been in my lifetime, and you're gonna see a different kind of savage out here. And if you not built like that, which I say 99% of us ain't, it's some real animals out here, and there's some real killers out here that'll do anything to get their hands on what they need. And I feel like 99% of us ain't built like that, and I feel like it's a lot of lives gonna be lost out in the street because, man, the streets is hungry.
Yeah, for real.
And they taking lives, kids, women. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Find you something to do. Find you some way to make it. Stay out them streets, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, I ain't really got much to caveat off of. You hit that on the head. But
on that note, I think we getting up out of here.
Peace.